All right, so you're looking for the best suburb for families in and around Denver? Well, today you're in luck because we're gonna give you not only the best, but the top 5. And you're gonna wanna stay till number 5 because it's a place we haven't even highlighted on this channel before. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to the channel, Everything Denver, Colorado, where we talk about all things Denver real estate. If you're thinking of a move here, thinking of relocating here, I hope tons of people all across the country relocate here to the Denver metro area. So hit me up at the information on the screen and be sure to download the free relocation guide I have linked in the description of this video. It has a lot of helpful tips, not only for relocating to Denver, but different things to do throughout the year, cost of living and other things, and hopefully it's a valuable resource for you. So be sure to click the link below and get your free guide. I also have local area guides that go even more in depth into all of these suburbs that we're discussing today. So if you want that, also comment local guide in the comments below. All right, these are the 5 things we're going to kind of use as criteria for finding the best suburbs for families here in the Denver metro area. Number 1, highly rated schools and school options, school choice. Number 2, parks, playgrounds, and open space, things for families to do. Number 3, family-friendly activities that are nearby. Number 4, crime and safety rankings. And number 5, housing variety and options and affordability. I know that's very important, especially if you have a large family like mine. You want to have all these things kind of wrapped up into one, and that is what's going to make a great suburb. So the first one we're going to highlight here is on the south end of the Denver metro area, and that is Highlands Ranch. Highlands Ranch is known as one of the best master plan communities in the Denver metro area. So it does have very much a suburban feel. It's going to feel like the suburbs on steroids. And I know some people don't like that, but you came here to find out what the best suburbs are. So let's start with this one because it is quintessentially the suburb of America. You're going to have very manicured neighborhoods. You're going to have great school options. This is part of the Douglas County School District, which is ranked usually in the top 3 of school districts across the Denver metro area. So very popular among families. You also have a lot of charter school options as well as private school options available. Valor Christian School is one of the most highly rated private schools in the entire state of Colorado, not only known for its great academics, but sports programs as well. And a lot of people who are very serious about their sports, team sport programs, whether that's football or basketball, attend this school as a way to kind of catapult maybe their college career into collegiate athletics as well. So it's very popular for a lot of families that are into sporting. The lifestyle of Highlands Ranch is very laid back. It has a ton of parks and trails nearby. There's hundreds and hundreds of miles of trails all throughout Highlands Ranch into other open spaces that are just nearby, like Daniels Park. And so you never have a lack of hiking, biking, walking options available right out your front door. And there's also 4 rec centers here in the Highlands Ranch district. So something that's a little bit unique to this very large master plan community. If you live in Highlands Ranch, you are going to be part of the Highlands Ranch Association. And what comes with that is access to 4 great rec centers. And these offer pools in the summer for the kids, also a fitness center inside, different amenities at each one. But it is nice to have that just as a free resource for you. Not technically free because you do pay for it through your HOA dues, but it's nice to have that option right out your front door as well, just a short bike ride or a car drive to one of these 4 rec centers. Another thing that families love about living in Highlands Ranch is you just definitely have a safe and comfortable feel in the neighborhood, and why we can't get into a lot of the crime statistics here, as I am a licensed realtor here in the state and I have to just guide you on where to find that information. You do have a nice community feel here, and a lot of people do rank it as one of the places they feel safe in visiting when they make their move out to Colorado. Now, some downsides to the Highlands Ranch area: if you're looking for more uniqueness and style of homes and you're looking for more historic kind of feel to some of the neighborhoods, definitely not going to find that in Highlands Ranch. It is very much a kind of a cookie cutter layout of the different neighborhoods. A lot of the builders here built very similar model style homes, and if you get into a neighborhood, you're going to notice a lot of like cookie cutter style neighborhoods. They all just have a very similar flow and style. Now, some people really love that. They like the cohesiveness and the kind of cohesive feel of the neighborhood, but if you're looking for historic charm, one of the other neighborhoods on our list is probably going to be a better fit for you in that respect. But Highlands Ranch definitely ranks very high because of the school choices, great options to do outdoor activities, over 70 miles of hiking trails, biking trails, 2,000 acres nearby of just open space, and it's conveniently located with the C470 freeway that runs kind of right along the north end of Highlands Ranch to get easy access into the mountains and high country if you like to take your family skiing, or if you like to travel a lot for for family outings and vacations, you're not that far from the airport compared to some of the other neighborhoods on this list. About a 35 to 40 minute commute out to Denver International. And median home price in the Highlands Ranch area is going to be right around $700,000 for a single family detached home. Now, you do have some small starter homes that are going to start in that 500 to 550 range, 1,100 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath homes. But for the most part, if you're a family looking to move here, looking for that 3 or 4 bedroom home, plan on being right around that $700,000 mark. Up next on our list for family-friendly neighborhoods is the town of Parker. Now, the way I would describe Parker is it has a little bit of a small town charm with big suburban perks to it. There's a lot of master plan communities in this area, similar to another one that we're going to highlight, which is Castle Rock. Those two are almost like sister cities to one another, but Parker has, again, a lot of open space. It is also part of the Douglas County School District, so you're going to have very highly rated schools. You also have some options of charter schools and private schools that are nearby. Not quite as many of those school choice options as you would find in Highlands Ranch, but again, the schools are ranked very highly. Now, lifestyle in Parker, you do have a little bit more variety than you're going to find in, say, Highlands Ranch. So if you're looking for something with a little bit older charm, maybe a historic home, maybe in the places that are a little bit further to the east of Parker, you can also find homes with acreage, things that are a little bit more custom and less cookie cutter. And you do have a lot more variety in the neighborhoods. You are going to have some that do not have an HOA. You're going to find a lot of them that do have an HOA, but you're going to find a good blend of different suburban neighborhoods here. Parker and similar to Castle Rock, a lot of the neighborhoods are single family homes, so there's not a lot of condo or townhome options available. But if your family looking to move out here, that's probably going to be on the top of the list, is having a single family home with a private yard where the kids and the dogs can get out and run around and play on those nice days. So Parker also does offer a lot of outdoor recreation, a lot of parks and recreation centers nearby. Now, these are not included like they were with the Highlands Ranch District, where they are included in the HOA fees. Some local neighborhoods may have their own recreation center or community pool that is just centralized and local to that specific neighborhood. But then there are a couple of recreation centers that the town runs. So those are options available, and there's plenty of gymnastics gyms, different things for kids to do around the Parker area, and a lot of family-friendly activities here as well. Now, something a lot of families do love about living in Parker is more of the community feel, community events that are local just to Parker. Now, some of these are big, like Parker Days, which is kind of a fair/festival in the summer. We have a lot of carnival rides and different things for people to do, and people travel from different towns to come and visit that. You also have a lot of local things just for families to do, whether that's O'Brien Park with its own pool in the summer. The downtown Main Street of the Parker area is very charming, almost Hallmark movie-like. So if you like to have a little bit of historic charm mixed in with your suburban living, you have kind of a blend of both worlds here in Parker. You have the old town, downtown, that's a little bit more mom and pop shops, local cafes and restaurants and bars. And then you have all your suburban amenities, all your big box stores, your Target, your Home Depot, Walmart, Kohl's, everything that is more of a big box store right down the street as well. Some negatives to living in Parker is sometimes the distance for people in Parker or Castle Rock can be a little bit too far from Denver. You are also further from the mountains, so if you like to go up and snowboard and ski during the winter, or you're making a lot of day trips up to the high country, Parker and Castle Rock are definitely a little bit further and set apart from that, and they can be a little bit further from the airport than some people like. So you are looking at 45-minute commute, 50-minute commute out to the airport from Parker or Castle Rock. Now, a benefit of living in Parker is you do have access to the E470 tollway. This is the toll highway that it runs along the outskirts of Denver and out to the airport. So you can make a fairly quicker commute out to the airport if you're willing to pay the tolls to get there from Parker. Another benefit of living in Parker is the Hess Reservoir that is nearby. So this is open on the weekends during the summer. Paddleboarding, sitting on the shores of the reservoir. It's a very beautiful, serene area. They don't allow motorized watercraft, so if you like to water ski or wakeboard or do any of your outdoor water sport activities, Chatfield or Cherry Creek Reservoir is probably going to be a better option for you. But it's a nice place to have, pretty localized to Parker and Castle Pines area. That's great for families. So how does this one compare to, say, the Highlands Ranch and some of the others we're going to talk about? Well, you do have a little bit more historic charm. You do have a little bit more diversity in the neighborhood. You're going to find older homes. You're going to find homes on acreage. You're going to find new construction as well throughout Parker. So you got a lot of different options if you choose to live in Parker. One downside that I always think of Parker is that everything kind of runs off the center street called Parker Road. Everything in the city kind of feeds off of this, and if there's an accident or traffic gets backed up on this road, it could be kind of a real pain to navigate and get around. There's just not as many places to get north and south. You can jump over to some of the side streets, but your best bet is traveling on Parker Road, but God forbid there's an accident and traffic can be a bear. Now, median home price in the town of Parker is going to be right around $650,000. Again, there are some cheaper entry-level homes that are going to be a little bit larger than Highlands Ranch. So if this is your first home looking for a single family with a yard on the north end of Parker, you can find a single family detached home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for right around $500,000. And then as you move a little bit further to the south and you get into some of the newer developments, you can expect to spend between $650,000 and $700,000 for some of those newer developments. Up next on the list is Centennial. Now, Centennial is going to be the suburbs that's probably closest to Denver. It's right on the south end of the Denver metro area as well, right off of I-25, kind of in this DTC or Denver Tech Center area that employs a lot of corporate white-collar jobs here in this area. A lot of people in the financial industry, real estate, insurance, tech, all work kind of in this hub right here in the heart of South Metro Denver. Now, some benefits of families living in this area is, again, the highly rated schools. This is going to be in the Cherry Creek School District, which is also one of the higher rated school districts around Denver. Cherry Creek is usually ranked 1 or 2. Generally, it's the first one on the list as far as rankings for academics. And another benefit of living in Cherry Creek is shorter commute times and a blend of historic homes and more modern homes. So while a lot of Centennial has been built out, there's not as much new construction as, say, a Parker or a Castle Rock. You're going to find a good blend of historic homes, and then homes were built in the 90s and early 2000s. Further to the east you go when you kind of get into the Centennial Aurora area. Now, I did say one of the benefits of living in Centennial is shorter commute times, so you are giving up some of the outdoor space and outdoor living amenities, parks, and open space when you choose to live in Centennial. Now, that's not to say that there's no parks and you got to travel outside of Centennial to get to them, but they're not as readily available. They're not going to be as many right down the street as a neighborhood like Highlands Ranch or Parker, where they're kind of put in almost every single neighborhood, so you have something within walking distance. So if you do live in Centennial, you're not going to have quite as much access to parks and outdoor recreation. There are still a ton of trails to explore, like the Highline Canal, and there's a lot of other things for families to do, like Topgolf or other kind of more urbanized amenities versus the outdoor ones that you'll find in Parker. But you are going to find more established communities, and you are going to be closer to Denver. So if you, say, have season tickets to the Broncos or Avalanche or Nuggets, and you don't want to have as far of a commute to go and enjoy those home games, Centennial could be a really good option for you because it's a lot closer. You do have public transportation nearby that can get you down to the stadium in the heart of Denver, and you're only about a 20-minute commute from there, from the downtown area. Another benefit of this is if you do have to travel a lot, you are going to be closer to the airport. If your family likes to take a lot of vacations out of state and you need to get out to DIA, yes, it is going to be probably about 20 minutes closer to Denver International Airport than, say, a Parker or a Castle Rock. Now, home styles in Centennial, I did say you were going to have some more traditional style homes, things that were built in the 50s and 60s, ranches and bungalows. And then as you move a little bit further to the east in Centennial, you will have more suburban type neighborhoods where you're going to have your traditional craftsman 2-story homes. And prices in the Centennial area are going to range from about $600 to $625. So you are getting in at a little bit better price point. Now, the homes are going to be a bit smaller than you traditionally find in Highlands Ranch or in Parker or Castle Rock. The homes in Centennial, given that some of them are more older and historic homes, they didn't build them quite as large, and you may be 50-50 on whether you have a basement or not. Some of these homes are built on slabs, and if you're looking for a basement, a yard, may be a better option to look a little bit further south. But a lot of the homes in Centennial are going to have larger lot spaces. When they were building those developments in the 60s and 70s, having a large lot, a large front yard, and a large backyard was a lot more important to people, and so as a result, a lot of the homes do have more mature landscaping and more yard to take care of. This could be great if you like having a lot of space for the kids to run around, and you're not going to have a park right down the street for them to go to, but it also includes more maintenance for you, mowing the lawn more, and managing the trees that have grown all over Centennial. All right, and number 4 on the list, we're talking about Castle Rock. And I've mentioned Castle Rock a couple of times because it is very similar to Parker in a lot of respects. It is the furthest south of any of the suburbs that we're going to talk about. So you are probably about a 40-minute commute up into Denver, 45 minutes to 50 minutes to the Denver International Airport. So you are going to be set apart quite a ways from a lot of the interior of Denver things. Now, it is a fairly quick shot up the I-25 if you're not driving during rush hour. You can make pretty good time, and it doesn't take very long to get up to the Denver Tech Center. So if you do live there and you want to live outside the traditional city kind of hustle and bustle area, Castle Rock can be a perfect suburb for that, where you're not going to sacrifice your entire life living in your car. Again, 20-25 minutes up to the Denver Tech Center. Now, something a lot of families really love about Castle Rock is there's a ton of things for families to do down here, and there's tons of parks and open space, and you have a lot of great views all throughout Castle Rock. You're surrounded by the foothills, you definitely have a lot of trees just to the west of you, and there's a lot of family-friendly neighborhoods. You definitely have a very safe, secure feel here in the town of Castle Rock. Castle Rock is also going to be part of the Douglas County School District, so it is ranked very high, and you do have a lot of options when it comes to charter schools around the town. Now, you don't have as many private schools as, say, Parker or Centennial or Highlands Ranch. This is just something that Castle Rock doesn't have a ton of, but you do have school choice in the terms of charter schools versus your traditional public schools. One thing I will say is they probably need to build a couple more, one more, two more high schools to keep up with the amazing growth that Castle Rock has been experiencing as of lately. And they've slotted out different land parcels for this, but construction is yet to be started on any of those. So Castle Rock would get downgraded in that respect to school choice, and it'd probably be better if you had more than 2 high schools for a town of 75,000 people. Just me. So some unique things to Castle Rock is this also has more of a historic charm blended with the suburbs and modern amenities. So you do have historic downtown Castle Rock, where you are going to have your local restaurants, bars, cafes, very walkable area, great to experience during the summer when the city puts on concerts, when the city has concerts in the downtown area. And another favorite of families is all the events that they have throughout the year, whether that's put on by the town or the rec centers or the Chamber of Commerce. There's always something happening in the town of Castle Rock. For Father's Day, they have a car show downtown. During the summer, they have different festivals happening. They have farmers markets on the weekend. There's holiday events, whether that's the star lighting right before Christmas or Oktoberfest, where they close down the streets and have, a giant street festival in the downtown area. There's just a lot happening for families and people that live in Castle Rock. Now, you do have also a lot of outdoor activities that I mentioned. There's tons of trails and open space, and there's also a couple of great rec centers down here in Castle Rock where you can experience not only the traditional things like your swimming pool and soccer fields and different rec sports, but they also have part of the rec center that's allocated for a zip line and an adventure tower where you can do some like American Ninja Warrior style courses and experience some zip lining adventures all within your own backyard. So it really makes for a great outdoor experience, outdoor living. There's tons of free things to do. There's tons of paid things to do. Castle Rock really highlights the ability to have outdoor living right outside your front door. Now, median price in Castle Rock is right around that $650 mark as well. So you do have a lot of single family homes. There's not a ton of townhomes or condo options available. Like I mentioned though, if you're here moving with a family, you're probably gonna want some yard space for the pups, for the dogs and the kids to run around in. And another nice thing about Castle Rock is similar to Parker, there's gonna be tons of parks and playgrounds right outside your front door. So in almost every neighborhood, if you drive through it, you're gonna find these little localized neighborhood parks that you can walk to, clean sidewalks, safe streets. Really makes for a pleasant family living experience here in the Castle Rock area. But it does come with a higher price point. $650,000, $700,000 is really the median home price here in the Castle Rock area. You can find things kind of on that lower end, $550,000 to $600,000 for a smaller entry level home. But most of the homes that you're gonna look for, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom houses, are gonna be right around that $650,000 to $700,000 mark. And number 5, and one we haven't highlighted on this channel before, but I've actually worked up there and have friends that live up there, and it's a very great place, is the town of Erie. Now, if you're new to Denver, and you may have never even heard of this town, it's on the north end of the Denver metro area, north of Thornton and North Glen, and it's a beautiful, newer development town. You still have a little bit of that small town charm. You have sweeping mountain views up here. It's very beautiful. And you have a lot of newer neighborhoods, with all those amenities like I mentioned in Castle Rock, the playgrounds and the parks that are walking walking distance out of your front door. You also are part of the St. Vrain or Boulder Valley School District, both of which are very highly rated. And this is an area where you can get in if you like maybe the feel and style of Boulder, or you like some of the views of the Flatiron Mountains and kind of that area and the vibe of things kind of in that Boulder, Lafayette, Louisville area, but you don't want to have the same price tag as living in Boulder where it's 900 plus as a median home price. Erie is a great option for you. There's tons of trails, tons of open space, beautifully laid out communities. So it's really a favorite of a lot of new families making a move here. And like I said, a lot of new construction is happening up here as well. So when you compare Erie to some of the other suburbs that we talked about, all of which were on the south end, you're gonna have a similar feel to Castle Rock, Parker, and Erie as like a laid back feel. A lot of community events happening throughout the year, a lot of community feel. You have very safe neighborhoods. And one nice thing when kind of a community gets built up like this and it brings in people from all over is that it's a little bit easier to make friends quickly. If you're making a move from, say, out of state and you really don't know anybody, but you want to get to know your neighbors quickly, when you move into a newer development, just about everybody is new in that development. Not since it was just built in the last couple of years. There's no kind of established neighborhood cliques, I'd say. Not that that happens all the time, but it's easier to make friends with some of your neighbors when nobody knows each other and you're just making friends from scratch. So I have noticed in some of these newer communities, it is easier to get acclimated and to make friends in a newer area when everybody is new. So some big benefits of Erie is more affordable price point, lower property taxes than, say, a city like Boulder. One of the downsides of Erie is it is a long way from the heart of Denver. So if you have to make the commute and to even the north end of Denver, that north stretch of I-25 can be a bear at times, and it is difficult to get in and out of the downtown Denver area during those rush hour and peak commuting times. So it is a little bit further. It would be equivalent to Castle Rock on the south, is equivalent to Erie on the north, where you are set apart from the Denver metro area. It's more of a quiet, slower pace of life, suburban living. You do have all your big box store amenities with a few local mom and pop shops here. Not quite the same historic vibe that you might have in an Old Town Castle Rock or Old Town Main Street in Parker, but definitely a favorite of a lot of families that are relocating here to the Denver metro area. If you need a little bit more of a balance and to be closer to the Denver metro area and shorter commute times and have a blend of historic, traditional, and maybe not quite brand new construction, but newer construction, Centennial would probably be the best option for you. And if you're looking for the pinnacle of outdoor living and most trails, parks, open space, things to do outdoor wise, Castle Rock is probably going to be number one. And if you're looking at a place that is similar to Boulder without the price tag, but you're going to get a quality home in a beautiful, beautiful subdivision, Erie would be my go-to for that. So I hope you guys found this valuable. We'll try to go more in depth on each of these in future videos as we're touring around the Denver metro area. Don't forget to download your free relocation guide and hit me up when you're thinking of a move to the Denver metro area. Call, text, or email. Email is usually the quickest way to get a hold of me, and we could schedule a time to talk about your home search, what areas are perfect for you. Sometimes in these videos I show different neighborhoods and people say, hey, I really love the houses that you highlighted in Littleton, but I'm not sure location wise that's going to be right for me. Well, if you found a home that you like or style of homes that you like, there are tons of different communities that I know about that offer the same or similar home builds and similar communities that might be a perfect fit for you. So don't go it alone. Make sure you reach out, call, text, or email. I got your back on all things Denver real estate. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.